Hi, I'm Sarah, certified Pilates instructor, and today I'm going to show you 5 beginner exercises that you can do to strengthen your core. The great news is some of the most effective exercises you can do are gentle and they actually feel good. So say goodbye to the days of dreading your abdominal workouts. Welcome to Sarah's Gentle Pilates. Let's get to the mat. The first exercise we're going to do is toe taps. So I'm going to start lying on my mat, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. And the first thing that I'm going to do is think about reaching my lower back toward the mat. I want to make it so there's really no daylight showing between my lower back, where my back naturally arches, and the mat. And I'm going to start by taking a couple of breaths to just get used to the feeling of keeping my lower back on the mat while I'm breathing. So, while I'm breathing, I'm really trying to keep that lower back reaching into the mat. And then I'm going to take my legs, pick them up into tabletop position. And again, lower back is reaching towards the mat. And I'm going to lower my right leg down until it touches the mat. And then I'm going to lower my left leg down until it touches the mat. And I'm exhaling as my leg lowers and inhaling as it lifts. So, I recommend you really do these in slow motion, because I can feel my corset muscles really contracting around my waist. That's going to be very protective of the lower back, and it actually can ultimately give you a smaller waistline. So one more on each side. So we're aiming for 5 to 8 of these with each leg. The next exercise is called single leg circle. So I'm going to lift one of my legs up. I'm going to start with my left. You're working towards straight with both the lifted leg and the mat leg, although both can have a soft bend or even a full bend with the mat leg if you're feeling a little tight. And then I'm going to imagine I have a pencil between my big toe and my second toe. And I'm just going to try to draw little circles on the ceiling, about the size of a frisbee. I'm keeping that lower back reaching into the mat. And I'm really trying to reach that mat leg into the mat as well. And I'm going to do 5 in this direction, and I think this is 5. And then I'm going to do 5 in the other direction. The important thing is when you're starting out is really to keep these circles small. Really feel like you're stirring that femur bone, that thigh bone. This really stirring out the hip socket. I think this is 5 with this leg. And then I'm going to switch legs. So I'm going to lift my right leg up a little tighter on this side. So I'm going to have a little soft bend to my left leg. Pick the straightness that's right for you. I'm going to feel that pencil between my big toe and my second toe, lifting that leg up towards the ceiling, and I'm drawing my circles. Belly is reaching towards the mat. Thigh bone is stirring out the hip socket. And then I'm going to switch directions. I'm trying to keep my chest open my shoulders on the mat, and my waist long. And I think this is my last one. The third exercise we're going to do is rolling like a ball prep. So for this exercise, I'm seated, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and I have my hands behind my thighs, but right up near the knee. And I'm going to reach my legs into my hands and my hands into my legs. And I'm going to feel that oppositional energy and just that reaching hands to legs and legs into hands. That's going to give me some lower belly and some hip that I really want. So when I have that feeling, almost like a little tug of war between the two, then I'm going to reach my waistband back so my legs pick up off the floor and I'm in this balance position. And I'm going to hold it for just a couple of seconds and then I'm going to come back forward. And I'm going to do another one just like that. Hands to legs, legs to hands. Feel those muscles click on. Then I'm going to roll that waistband back and I'm going to balance. Now, meanwhile, I'm trying to stay lifted in my upper ribs. So I'm kind of like an elongated capital C. I'm going to do that again. You can also think about kind of reaching that rolling, that tailbone back. Different images work for different people. And as always, we're breathing. I think 2 more ought to do it. I want to do 5 to 8 of these. And I'm feeling a deep belly scoop as I come back again. This deep belly scoop is the secret to a lot of core engagement, which is what ultimately will strengthen your core. And how about one more? So waistband back, belly, lower belly scoops, rib cage lifts. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll roll right back. The fourth exercise we're going to do is called SWAN prep. I'm on my stomach. My elbows are bent. I've got my pointing fingers and my thumbs in kind of a triangle position. Elbows are wide and my tailbone is reaching toward my heels. And that reaching of the tailbone turns your lower belly on. So my forehead is resting in my hands. Shoulders are relaxed. From here, I'm going to pick my head, neck, and upper back up off the mat. And you'll start to see the angle of my arms straighten just a bit. And then I'm going to lower right back down. I'm going to come up again, reaching that part of my spine that's between my shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, while I continue to reach my tailbone towards my feet. And lengthen back down. And 3 more. Upper back lifts, thinking of that spine between my shoulders. I'm trying to keep my neck in line with my body. Doesn't need to be perfect. And 2. I'm inhaling up. And exhaling down. And 1 more. Check back in with your tailbone. From here, you're more than welcome to push yourself back on your heels and take a little child's pose. The final exercise we're going to do today is the forearm plank. So again, I'm going to get on my stomach. I'm going to start with my knees on the mat. My forearms are under my shoulders. I'm going to line them up as best as I can. And you can see I'm on my forearm. They can be parallel or they can be angled in towards each other. I'm going to keep my knees on the mat for the first one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push into my forearms to lift up into my plank. Keeping my knees on the mat, I'm going to try to keep my hips low, drop my hips, push my forearms into the mat, and really lift that same part of my spine between my shoulders up towards the ceiling. I'm going to come back down and rest. And I'm going to come up again, pressing into my forearms, lifting the upper spine towards the ceiling, trying to keep a straight line from my knees to my hips to my shoulders. I'm also really lifting in my belly. My lower belly is lifting up towards my spine as my forearms are pressing into the mat. I'm going to lower. I'm going to do one more. For this one, I'm going to try to come onto try to pick my knees up, although there's no obligation. If knees down is right for you, just stay there. Forearms press into the mat, upper spine lifts, and I'm in my plank. Again, neck is in line with my body, belly lifts towards the spine. I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there you have it, 5 gentle yet incredibly effective core strengthening exercises for beginners. If you do this series just a few times each week, you're going to begin to notice a difference in the way you look and, more importantly, in the way you feel. Thanks again for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button because I'll be uploading new content weekly. Thanks again.